India and the United States share a very strong and growing friendship, specifically after US Secretary of State Marco Rubio's first visit to India and meeting with India's Foreign Minister Subrahmanyam Jaishankar. This shows that both countries are very serious about strengthening their ties. Now, during a special moment at Trump's inauguration ceremony too, Jaishankar was given a prominent seat, signaling the importance of India in the US foreign policy. Afterwards, he mentioned how important the relationship between India and the US is, specifically under the Trump administration. However, the friendship is facing a challenge right now with President Trump's tough stance on immigration. India, which is one of the top sources of undocumented immigrants in the US, could face pressure to address this particular issue. According to Pew Research Center, around 7,25,000 Indians are currently living in the United States without any proper paperwork. Trump's team has already discussed this issue with India though. After speaking with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Trump said that India would do what's right and it will also help take back its citizens who are living illegally in the US. India is open to repatriating people once they are verified, but the exact number is still unclear, though some reports do suggest that it could be around 18,000 people. India has worked very hard to make sure that the US knows it is very serious about tackling illegal immigration, but it also wants to ensure that legal immigration, like work visa, remains very strong. Many Indians go to the US legally, but they overstay their visa, which actually contributes to the problem. Indian officials have emphasized the need for better avenues for legal migration though. To keep a very good relationship with the US, India is also considering making trade concessions. Let me give you an example. India might reduce tariff on American products like bourbon and pecans, which would help avoid a trade war with Trump's administration. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has a very good relationship with President Trump, calling him my dear friend. Modi is set to visit the US soon and both countries will hope to continue building their ties. Now here, one major concern for India is the status of H1B Visa, which many Indian workers rely on to get a job in the US, specifically in tech and engineering fields. Some Republicans have argued that these visas take jobs from the American citizens. India will need to work really hard to protect this important route for skilled workers. Now, another big factor is China. Both India and the US have worked closely to counter China's growing influence, specifically through the Quad Alliance, which also includes Japan and Australia. The Quad is becoming more important as both countries see China as a threat in Indo-Pacific region. But despite all these challenges, India feels very confident in its relationship with the United States. Indian officials believe that Trump's administration is not focused on teaching India a lesson, but rather than they want to strengthen their ties. There is also a sense that India is not seen as one of Trump's problem countries, which gives policymakers some hope. However, there are some worries about Trump's unpredictability, specifically with his close ties to strong leaders like Modi and China's Xi Jinping. Indian diplomats are paying really close attention to how Trump's administration for such leaders might impact India's position. Even with these concerns, India remains very positive about navigating the complexity of the Trump administration. Indian officials believe that they can handle any challenge and continue to build a strong relationship with the United States.